Welcome to the Girl Means Business podcast. I'm your host, Kendra Swalls. Over the last few years, I have built a business that allowed me to quit my 9-to-5, spend more time with the ones that I love, and live my best life. Now, I'm sharing everything I learned along the way with you. Each week, my guest and I will share actionable tips, tangible advice, and honest conversations to help you build your dream business. So get ready to take notes and put in the work because this girl means business. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Girl Means Business podcast. We are on episode lucky number 13. So I thought today we would have a little fun, change things up a bit, and we're going to talk about some business advice that we can learn from the pop star herself, Taylor Swift. So unless you've been living under a rock, you know who Taylor Swift is, you've heard her music, and this last week she came out with a new song and a new video called Calm Down. I am obsessed. We have been playing it on repeat in our house for days, and I just love it. And I've never been a huge Taylor Swift fan. I like her music. I like her as a person. I've never been one that's been like head over heels for her. I'm not crazy about her. But I do think that she is an incredible singer, songwriter, and an amazing businesswoman. That's not something we really think of when we think of pop star, but Taylor Swift has made an impact in pop culture that not many other artists have done in the past several years. So she's more than just that singer-songwriter. She is the ultimate boss babe. So I thought it would be fun to dedicate this 13th episode, which happens to be her favorite number, to taking a closer look at how Taylor has made a name for herself and how we can take the advice and the tips and the things that she has done in her business and help it to grow our business as well. So you may be thinking, why Taylor Swift? Why would I choose her to be the role model and the businesswoman that I want to talk about in today's episode? And I know that there are tons of other amazing, incredible, strong women out there who are doing great things. But for some reason, her name keeps coming up in these conversations I'm having and other podcasts I'm listening to and articles I'm reading online. And I'm looking into her stats and her recognition and the things that she's done in her career in just, 27 years old, I think. And it's pretty freaking amazing. So let's look at some of her accomplishments really quick. So to start off, she was only 15 when she signed on with Sony to be a songwriter, and that was the youngest songwriter they have ever signed. So they saw something in her that they had not seen in anyone else before. Then she starts putting out all these albums, and since they started tracking record sales electronically back in 1991, Taylor Swift is the only artist to have 4 albums hit the million sales mark in the first week after release. So that means that after releasing 4 of her albums within 1 week, they have sold in the millions. And no other artist has been able to do that since 1991. And I believe before that, the only other artists to hit that mark were the Beatles. And then her US tours have all broken records for ticket sales. She is constantly being recognized for making it onto all of these top lists. And she was the youngest person to be included on the Fortune 40 under 40 list, which ranked her at number 6, which was the highest ranking ever for an entertainer. So you can see, guys, she's breaking the mold. She's doing things that other people aren't doing. And so while there are other amazing artists out there who are doing incredible things, she is breaking through that glass ceiling and doing things that nobody else is doing. Her Instagram following is 118 million, and her net worth is around 350 million. So I don't know about you guys, but that's someone and with some serious business sense. And I know what you're thinking. Yes, she has a team of people that are helping her and guiding her. But I really believe that no matter who you have in your camp, you have to have some kind of business sense in order to be successful. Because you look at people like Britney Spears. She has a team of people who are going to help her be successful. She was not making this kind of money and breaking these kind of records at the time when she was at her highest peak. So no matter how many people, amazing people you have around you, you have to have a great business sense yourself. So I really 100% believe that Taylor Swift has got an incredible boss babe mentality. She knows what she wants and she's going to get it every time. And that is somebody that I am more than happy to learn from to see how it can help me grow my business. So today we're going to look at 6 different things, 6 different tips that I feel like we can all learn from Taylor Swift's career. So let's go ahead and jump into the first one. So the first lesson I want to take away from Taylor's career is be relatable, be likable, be approachable. These are all things that she has embodied from day one of her business. And she's not afraid to be vulnerable. She's not afraid to be herself and open up to her fans. She shares her life in her music, but she also shares it on social media, posting photos of her cats, her home, her girls' nights. She lays it all out there for her fans to see, which makes her someone that young women respect and look up to as a role model, because she's not putting on this perfect front. She's not unapproachable. She's not somebody who wants to have this air of mystery around her that just makes them feel like that they are unobtainable. Taylor is super relatable to her fans, and she's very down to earth. So people feel like they can reach out to her, they can message her, they can retweet her, and that she's actually listening to them. So while you might not have the following that Taylor has or the famous girl squad that she has, you still have a platform to share your life. You are your brand. You are what sets you apart from everyone else in your industry. So when you look at Taylor and you see how she is setting herself apart from other people who are doing things differently, she has found who she is and what works for her, and she is really leaning into it, and it's working for her like nobody's business. So you have to be comfortable with sharing parts of your personality or your life, because it's going to make you more relatable to your clientele. And a fear I hear people have around this idea is that it's going to make them look less professional. But I think that the opposite effect is going to happen. And for me, the way I like to do this is, for example, on Instagram. Now, I'm not going to go posting pictures of my kids at the water park on my Instagram feed, but I will put it in my Instagram stories. I will put it in my Facebook stories, because those are things that are quick. Those are things that are real time. They don't last forever, but it gives people a glimpse into what my day-to-day life is like. And it allows people to connect with me and communicate with me and have this back and forth relationship with me. So when you think about that know, like, and trust factor, just keep in mind that Taylor's doing it perfectly. She is allowing people into her world just enough that they feel like they're connected with her, they feel like they understand her, and they feel like that they are going to follow her no matter where she goes. So taking that into your own business, make sure you are opening up. Make sure you're allowing people to see who you are as a person, not just as a business owner. I think you're going to find that when you allow people to get to know you and the side of you that isn't the perfect, presentable businesswoman, but it's the side of you that is real, the side of you that has bad hair days, the side of you that is struggling to go to the gym every day or to eat healthy or to deal with your kids over summer break. That's the side of you people are going to want to see. And I guarantee you're going to start seeing stronger connections with your followers, and you're going to have an influx of people who want to be around you and who want to give you their business. All right. So the second tip we can learn from Taylor's career is how to pivot, how to change your business so that it transitions really perfectly into the next phase of your business and your life. So if we take Taylor's career as an example, she started off as this fresh-faced young country artist that was sort of America's sweetheart girl, singing these sort of cheesy love songs, and everybody adored her, but she was not somebody who was going to become what she's become now if she kept doing what she was doing then. And over time, she has slowly built into this amazing, creative, outside the box thinker who people look to as, what is she going to do next? What is she going to create? What is she going to come up with? And if you run your own business, if you have a creative business of any kind, you have ideas. You have these big things in your head that you're thinking, oh, what if I did this? And oh, would that be too crazy? And I think we have to remind ourselves that we think that people have put us into a box, and we don't have to stay inside that box forever. So within your own business, I see photographers and business owners do this all the time where they think, oh, well, should I start offering this? Or what if I quit doing this and only do this? And it can be really scary, but it can also be really amazing. So in my own business example, I started off in photography doing a little bit of everything. So I did families and kids and seniors and couples and all the things. And I started noticing that I didn't love everything. So I was willing to give up the families in order to do things that I really enjoyed. And it was scary, and it was something that I wasn't sure how to handle it. And I had all these questions of like, well, do I need to let people know that I'm making this change? Do I need to announce it? How do I do this? And I look back at how Taylor's career has progressed. She has not asked us for permission. And I think that's something that's really, really cool. I think that's something we can all learn from, is that she has never come out and said, hey guys, what do y'all think if I maybe don't do country anymore? She just did it. She just made the change, and we all went with it. And so in your business, if there's something that you feel like you're willing to make this pivot, you want to make a change in your business, you don't have to ask permission to do that. It's your business. You don't have to tell people that you're doing it. It's your business. And yes, you're probably going to lose a couple clients, but you're going to also gain a lot more. Because again, if you look at Taylor's career path, I guarantee if she had kept doing the country scene that she was doing when she first started, she would not have nearly the success that she has now. But because she was willing to go big or go home, it really paid off for her. And I think in our own businesses, we tend to play it small because we're worried what people are going to think about us. And you have to get past that fear, and you have to be willing to make those changes, big or small, that could really pay off in your business. So number 3 is pay attention to the details, because every little detail in your business matters. And if we look at Taylor's career, she's really good at the details. She's really good at seeing how she can take something that was this big idea and narrow it down to the details so that those details become just as important as the big picture. An example of that are some of her song lyrics. So if you listen to her songs, she has taken some of those lyrics and she has capitalized on the fact that they have resonated with people, and she's turned them into trademarks for her brand and her business. And she's turned them into merchandise materials, and she's turned them into social media content. And those are the things that make her brand that much stronger. So in our own businesses, we tend to look at, or I know I do at least, look at the big picture. I look at the end result. I look at what I want to accomplish. And I forget a lot of times to go back and really look at those little details that are, one, going to help me accomplish that goal, but two, could become some of the most important aspects of my business. Some of those details might include things like paying attention to your clients that you already have, making sure the clients that you're already working with feel like that they are being given the best treatment they could get. And those other details might include little things like your marketing materials, or it could include wording in your social media content. Those little things that may not seem that important now could make up something much bigger in the future. So paying attention to those little details in your business could really pay off in the end. Hey guys, we're going to take a quick break to talk about one of my favorite sponsors, HoneyBook. So tomorrow I'm getting on a plane and my husband and I are jetting off for a few days for some much needed couple time. And then as soon as we get back, we're going out of town with our family for a few days over the 4th of July holiday. Now, while I'm gone, normally I would be stressed out about my business and emails and inquiries coming in or things that need to get done. But because I have HoneyBook, I don't have to worry about it. I know that I have automations set in place that allow me to set it and forget it, which means that as soon as an inquiry comes in, I already have template emails set up and ready to go so that I don't have to worry about a thing. I can enjoy my time with my family, I can enjoy my time with my husband, and let my business run itself. HoneyBook is amazing, and that's just a small part of what it can do for your business. So if you're interested in learning more about HoneyBook and how it can help you get your business organized so that you can set it and forget it, head to bit.ly/GMB HoneyBook. That's bit.ly/GMB HoneyBook. Or you can head over to today's show notes at girlmeansbusiness.com/episode 13. Check out some behind the scenes videos I have loaded there so that you can check out how I use HoneyBook for my business, some of my favorite features. And then HoneyBook is offering 50% off your first year to my Girl Means Business listeners. So if you want to try HoneyBook for 50% off, head over to the show notes or that bit.ly/GMB HoneyBook. Check it out today. All right, guys, back to the show. All right, so tip number 4 is to find partnerships in unexpected places. So I'm constantly telling the mentor clients that I work with that one of the great marketing tools you have is to work with other small businesses to help each other out. So a lot of times I will tell somebody who is a boutique owner to find influencers to partner with. Or if you are a newborn maternity photographer, I might say find, OBGYN offices, find baby boutiques to partner with. Those are the obvious choices. But it can be really fun to try to think of what are some of the out-of-the-box partnerships you can come up with. And Taylor has done an amazing job with this. So I was looking for some research ideas when looking at this topic, and I came across a list of the brands that Taylor Swift has partnered with over her career. And this is just a short list. But some of these were obvious. Things like Ticketmaster. Obviously, she's going to partner with Ticketmaster. Even American Express, because American Express, Ticketmaster kind of go together. They do exclusive deals. Some of the ones that were a little more off the topic for me, my favorite one is UPS. So UPS made Taylor Swift their official delivery partner. And during her Reputation tour, they actually put her face on the side of some of their delivery vans. And at first glance, I thought, okay, this is a really weird partnership. Why would Taylor Swift partner with UPS? But when I really started thinking about it, I was like, it's a pretty genius move because everybody uses UPS at some point. And with Taylor Swift's brand, she's got all of these products and merchandise that she's shipping out to her followers, and she's shipping things to her concert venues for merchandise sales and products that she's putting out and things like this. And why not partner with the person who is shipping all of that for you? It just really kind of makes genius sense. So I started thinking about how that same idea, that same concept of finding these unique partnerships could work in our business. And I was in a mastermind group meeting the other day, and someone was talking about headshots and how they've been working with realtors and real estate offices to do headshots, but they really are into family portraits, and they're really into newborns. And they weren't seeing how they were making the connection. They weren't getting the headshot clients to turn into family portrait clients. And another person in the group said, well, wait a minute. These realtors are selling houses to people who are obviously probably going to be families or people looking to buy their first home, which usually leads to starting a family. That's a perfect partnership. If you are a newborn photographer, and yeah, you can go talk to the doctor's offices, like I said before. You can go talk to those baby boutiques. But finding these little niches like the realtor who can gift their clients that just bought a new home with a gift certificate of, hey, you just bought this great new home. You're starting your family. You're moving your family to a new location. Hey, I know this amazing photographer. Here is a gift certificate to go have a new family photo done. How amazing would that be that in every welcome basket that realtor gives to their clients when they close on a home has your gift certificate sitting in it? So that's one of those things you have to really think outside the box. And Taylor's done an amazing job on that with her partnerships. And so now we can take that same idea and figure out what are some unique and creative partnerships we can come up with in our own businesses. Okay, so tip number 5 is to offer amazing customer service. So when I was doing the research for this episode and I was reading through articles about Taylor and things that people said about her online, one of the common threads I found was that a ton of people had come out saying about something nice Taylor had done for them. So for example, there was a radio personality who had gone backstage at one of Taylor's concerts to do just a quick meet and greet and had some fans from the radio show that had won meet and greet tickets. And they maybe spent 5 or 10 minutes chatting with her. And then the next week, this radio personality received a handwritten thank you note from Taylor saying, "Thank you so much for coming to the show and for coming backstage and meeting me." And that was something that blew her away. That was something that Taylor is this huge pop star. She doesn't have to write thank you notes to radio personalities and DJs or her fans, but she takes the time to do these things. She seeks out her fans who have commented and who have sent her messages. She sends them messages back. She starts conversations. She comments back to them on her post. She makes those connections. She goes above and beyond to make sure that all of her fans have an amazing experience. And so taking that idea and putting it into our own business is how are we making sure that our clients are having the best experience they can have with our business? Is it as simple as a thank you note? Is it sending them a gift of some kind? If you're working with brides, is it sending them something for their wedding gift or a welcome guide? Is it just making sure that you're available to them to answer questions and offer help and advice? Because whatever business you're in, more likely than not, your clients are going to have questions. They're going to have something, a barrier that is keeping them from coming and purchasing something with you or working with you. So what are you doing to break down that barrier? How are you connecting with these people so that they feel comfortable working with you? And I think that reading through a lot of these stories of things that Taylor has done for her fans, it got me really inspired and really thinking about what can I do to help the people who are following my business or who have worked with my business to make them feel like they are valued and appreciated and to keep them wanting to come back and work with me again or wanting to work with me in the first place. And so little things like just continuing that communication on social media. It's so easy to post something and then walk away and go back to your real life, but hopping on there and responding to people's comments when they say, "Hey, love this," or "Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous," taking 2 seconds to write back and say, "Thank you so much. I really appreciate you saying that. I loved this photo for XY reason," or "Oh my gosh, we spent so much time working on this product. I really appreciate you commenting that you love it. That's so great. That's so sweet." Those little things make a huge difference. And it may not seem like a big deal to you, but think about it in the reverse situation. So if there's a product or a company or a person that you follow and you absolutely love, and you comment on one of their posts and you get nothing in response, you're kind of like, "Oh, okay, that's fine. I didn't expect it, whatever." But if you comment and they take the time to comment back, it will make your day. So imagine if you could do that for someone that's following your business, because you never know the impact that might have on that one person. All right, our last tip, number 6, is to give back. Now, this can mean a couple different things, and Taylor has done this in her career in several different ways. The big idea of giving back means things like donating to charity, giving your time and energy to something that is important and a good cause that you believe in. But giving back can also mean impacting people's lives. And Taylor has done that as well. She has reached out to her fans that are in need and she has helped them. She has been a shoulder for them to cry on, someone they can talk to, and she has given valuable resources to them when they needed them. And in our own businesses, I think that we tend to get so focused on us. We tend to get so focused on what we're doing what we can bring in, what we need, and the success we want, that we forget that we need to turn around and give it right back out. And so I think it's important to find things that are important to you, causes that are something that you want to be a part of, or change you want to see made, and use your business to help create that in your community, in society, whatever big or small it might mean. That could be something as simple as having a client that is in need of something. And if you're able to help them in some way or give back to them in some way, then do that. If it means becoming a part of a group that's doing something, do that. I know that in my business, I have become very aware in the past few years that my heart, my passion is working with women. And I love helping women in all aspects of their life, whether it is helping a woman grow a business that she's passionate about, whether it is helping a woman find her confidence and her inner goddess during a boudoir session, or just helping a woman get through the day of being a mom or being a wife or whatever it might be. Those are the things I'm passionate about. And I want to use my business to make change and do something good for women in our community. And so I've been looking into different groups I can become a part of, ways I can give back to my community. And I'm definitely going to be doing more of that in the future. And so I encourage you to look into what does your business stand for? What is your mission statement? What is it that you want your business to help out with in your community? Is there a need that you see that you can help? Is there a charity you can get involved with? Is there a client that you have in mind that's like, man, I really want to do something for that family or that person? It doesn't have to be this big grand gesture. It can just be something as simple as reaching out. But when you have success coming into you, it's so good. It feels so good to give that back. And I'm a big believer in the fact that whatever you put out into the universe, you get back tenfold. So if you're putting out negativity, you're going to get negativity back. But if you're putting out good vibes, if you're putting out giving and love and kindness, you're going to get that back. And I think that it's such a good lesson that we can learn from the things that Taylor has done for her fans and for the things that she really strongly believes in. All right, guys, so that is our 6 business tips that we can learn from Taylor Swift herself. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know it was kind of different and fun. I had a blast researching it. I had a blast coming up with the ideas and the things to talk about in here. And if you liked this episode and you want to hear more things like this, please go on and leave me a review on iTunes. It means so much to me just to read your kind words, but it also helps let others know what they can expect when they hop onto this podcast. So I really appreciate it. Head over to iTunes and leave me a quick review. All right, so let's get to our listener lounge question for this week, which comes from Holly.
Hey, Kendra. I know that moving your business is really big, but I was wondering what your number one tip would be for restarting in a new area when you are getting ready to move.
Thank you so much, Holly, for your question. And I think that's a really great question because I have never had to move my business, but I know a lot of people that have. And I know that one of the big things is wherever you're getting ready to move to, if you know ahead of time that you're going to be moving to this new area, start marketing in advance. So little things you can do, like tagging that location when you're posting on social media. You know, when you go to Instagram and you're posting something about your business, tag the location of where you're moving to in that location spot. And that way people in that area will start to see your post pop up in their feed, or when they're looking at posts tagged for that location. I would also say using hashtags for that area. So when you're posting to social media, definitely go on and use the hashtags for that new location. So as soon as you know that you're getting ready to move to that area, even months in advance, start tagging that location and using the hashtags for that location so that you get people in that area recognizing your name and starting to follow you. The next thing I would do is run an ad on Facebook. And I know that that's kind of one of those topics people don't always love to talk about, but ads can work. And I think that if you are going to be moving to a new area, you're going to have to really get out and kind of hit the pavement a little bit. And one way you can do that in advance is just to spend $25 on an ad just so people know who you are. And then once you actually get into that new location and you've settled in, start making connections. It could be something as simple as create a grand opening event and invite people to come into your business, or set up a girls' night event, or go and join a church group or a networking group, or whatever it is that you want to be a part of. But a lot of times when you're new to an area, I think the best thing you can do is start making connections with people. And it's something as simple as find somebody else who's new to the area, or find somebody else who moved there from the same area you're from. I mean, people are so transient these days that you never know who you might run into. But I think that making those personal connections is going to go a long way to getting you noticed and recognized within that community. So I hope that helps. So you can start off small with just, if you know you're moving to that area, put out those feelers, go ahead and start tagging those locations, go follow people that are in that area already and start reaching out to them ahead of time and say, hey, I'm moving to the area. I'd love to have coffee with you sometime and kind of chit chat, whatever it might be in your industry, or just potential clients or potential partnerships. And then once you get there, make those connections as quickly as you can and start kind of building up a reputation in that community. So good luck with the move, Holly. I wish you the best of luck. Keep us posted on how it goes. Thanks, guys, for tuning in to another week of the Girl Means Business podcast. Again, if you like what you heard, please go leave me a review. And as always, I am looking for more listener lounge questions. So if you want to have your question answered here on the show, head over to my Instagram page, Girl Means Business, or Facebook, Girl Means Business, and send me a recorded message, or just send me a typewritten message. I can always read your question on air for you. No need to send a recorded message if that's not what you're comfortable with. All right, guys, have a great week. I will see you back here next week, same time, same place. If you loved today's episode, don't forget to click the subscribe button so you never miss when a new episode goes live. Then head over to iTunes and leave a quick review to let other people know just how much you loved it. Thanks, ladies. See you next week.